Thor may very well be my new top damage dealer in Hydra, excluding Wixwell Yannicka stuff or Trunda stuff. But besides those champions, he may be the top, which is crazy because usually my Obero is holding it down with crazy levels of damage, but Thor is doing it so much. So the build that I have on him right now, we're going for attack, speed, crit damage. This is a good build. This is a strong build. We have some accuracy to place the decreased speed as well. A little bit. We may miss the decreased speed, but with the aura of the champion I have in Hydra, we should land it pretty consistently. We have decreased speed on the A3 ability. We also bring our own increased attack and increased crit damage. This is relevant to the arena later on. But for blessings, we have a 5-star soul. We were sent this by the community manager, so I assume that we're probably going to get an opportunity to earn his 5-star soul. But even if we only get the 4-star, the 4-star is going to give him crit damage, though I would much rather have a 5-star, of course. I went Nature's Wrath, I think until at least 6-star, possibly Crushing Ren, maybe even Nature's Wrath at 6-star. But at 5-star and below, you're probably going Nature's Wrath, maybe Cruelty. These are probably going to be your best options. You could go Brimstone, but honestly, unless it's 6-star, I wouldn't really even worry about that too much because he brings so much more than just placing Brimstone every so often. You can throw that on a different support champion at 1 or 2 stars and you're going to be fine. But with that, we're not going to look at his kit too much. You guys have already seen this talked about. So what I want to do is showcase how hard he hits in Hydra. This is not his damage, by the way. His damage is about to come up. You see him charging up that Ricochet skill? Yeah, this is going to be some crazy damage. So I fast-forwarded about midway through the fight, just so we have the Nature's Wrath built up and everything's looking good. He is fully booked and everything. But if I press play, hold on to your seats, because this is crazy. There we go. 2.1 million damage on a decapitated head. 45,000 on a head that's protected. We don't care about that. 1 million damage on the other decapitated head. 325,000 and decapitates that head. So the skill that bounces around and does more damage depending on which order the enemy was hit. That head at the end was probably the last one, but that's 2.1 million damage. And then let's wait till he gets it back around to his other AoE skill. And now let's see how much damage this Hammer of Heaven skill hits for. So it's his other AoE attack. So this one hits for 336,000 on the Head of Blight, 855,000 over on the far right head, and its other one is 965,000. So once again, almost 1 million damage per AoE skill on decapitated heads. But wait a second, after he does that, he has his passive kick in, which is doing 620,000 there. We have 562 over there, then 269. So over those 2 hits, the passive is going to be activating all the time. So having ally attack champions, having counterattack champions, having counterattack on the champion is going to make him get more charges of his thunder count, and it's going to essentially make him do more damage, but also activate his AoE skill more. In dungeon content, it's going to have a chance of stunning the enemy, but in Hydra, he's just doing a big hit, which is awesome. It hits for very, very big damage, and if we look at the end of the run, how much damage Thor did, let's check this out. I was a little bit disappointed because Obero is like way behind, but if you've watched my channel for any time, then you know my Obero usually does quite a bit of damage. Like, she blows everybody else out of the water, but Thor is doing quite a bit more than her. Like, it's not even that close. He doesn't have Curse Stone, nothing like that. And the damage we dealt in 21 minutes was 350 million, 100% full auto. Now, Thor ended up dying. He hit into a reflect damage, which when you're running on full auto with a bunch of damage dealers, it's bound to happen. But if you did it on manual or at least pay attention, you could definitely mitigate that and avoid the reflect damage stuff from actually happening, or just throw a blood shield accessory on him. But to be honest, he's hitting for some crazy numbers. If you're looking for a good Hydra damage dealer, he is 100% a champion to go for, and he brings a decreased speed, so you can get a little bit more creative with the teams you're going for because of the fact that he is bringing that. He also healed for 14 million damage, which is also pretty awesome. But when it comes to his build, I tested a few different things. I tested out a curse set on him. Did it make his stacks of thunder go up quicker? It didn't. I tested a Slayer set on him, which I will go ahead and throw this on him one more time if I can, just to show you guys that it doesn't actually work, unfortunately. So with Slayer, in order for it to work, what you're going to see is a turn meter boost notification pop up. If it doesn't work, no turn meter boost is going to pop up. So we bring Thor into some content. Then you'll see with the A3 ability, this does work. We get turn meter boost times 4. That's great. But if we try it with the other attacks all enemies skill, this sounds like it's AoE, but when you use it with Slayer, it is not in fact AoE. We have no turn meter boost. So if you're going to use Thor, which I mean, I assume you're going to go for the fusion, then I would not recommend using Slayer on him. You're going to get the defense ignore only for the A3 ability and the passive, but the A2, which you've already seen hits for crazy high numbers, you're not going to get any of those extra benefits. So I wouldn't recommend doing that. I recommend for his build going a good, strong nuker build, get good defense ignore. Merciless would be pretty sweet, honestly. Merciless, 6-piece at least, lethal plus cruel, savage, anything that ignores defense, go that. He's going to do great for you, honestly. So I have some accuracy built onto him. I didn't really care that much about it, though. But if you do need the decreased speed for Hydra, definitely build some good accuracy on him. He's going to decrease the resistance a little bit of the enemies, and that doesn't require accuracy to do. It just decreases the resistance, which is awesome. And if you have an aura, like I have Mikage, then he has a little bit even, well, he has even higher accuracy. So now let's bring him over to the arena and see what kind of damage he can do here. So I got a team I was testing out a little bit. The cool thing about him is I could actually run Ancora, and essentially he's never going to get controlled. Plus, he brings his own increased attack. So the simple fact that you could bring a Python with him and not have to worry about, oh, I don't have a Duchess to do the increased attack. That's okay. He does his own increased attack. It's really amazing when champions bring their own buffs to make them do more damage. It's a huge, huge help. So what you're going to see here is absolute destruction from Thor, hopefully. We're going to start with the A3 because it gives them the buffs, and then we'll go into something else. But let's start with attacking the Narcies to do 0 damage because the ally attack stuff doesn't really work that great. But now let's go with Thor and see how much damage we can slam everybody for. A3 ability, boom. Obliterated them. There's no defense ignore in his kit, and he absolutely obliterated the enemy team. Now, I don't care if she reses, because I kind of want to try the oh dang, okay, well, we got obliterated as well. Forgot the Narcies is actually pretty good versus shields. So Necrit, let's get you out of here for a little bit, buddy. Instead of Necrit, let's try UDK, I guess. I don't know. UDK might be fine. We'll just res Thor if we need to. Not a big deal. Maybe even polymorph Narcies to prevent that from happening again. So we steal the turn meter. Just kidding. We get sheeped. Love getting sheeped. It's so fun. So much fun. But guess what? We're going to come in here and just get rid of the Narcies maybe. Not quite, but very, very close, honestly. If I had like Soul Reap, been no problem. He'd been dead. Been gone. Done. Finished. So here, what I'll do is I'll just pick up the Thor. And now we're going to use this A2 ability. Actually, let's use the, I want to use the A2. I want to see how much damage it does. I'm going to target Lysandra because I can kill her. I want the scaling to be done on the other champions. So A2 with no increased attack, no nothing. That's some big damage. No increased attack, no increased crit damage. He's going to apply to himself anyways. But none of that was applied just then. And he still just wiped out the entire team. And that was a pretty tanky team as well. So let's go against this team right here. Try the same thing. Going against Odin. See how this does. Actually, that's his dad, right? Yeah, I think so. So we didn't take the stun because of Ancora. Very good stuff. Do all this. I'm actually going to sheep the Narcy just because I don't feel like dealing with that. He's going to have block damage in just a moment. Very soon, probably. Going to try to... Actually, let's sheep Odin just because of the fact that I don't want to deal with his shenanigans. We're going to go A3. Kill everybody, probably. Or get close to it, honestly. Get very close to it. Now, the block damage may come up. The block damage gets spread. Not too worried about it, though, because once she reses anybody, we're just going to blast them. Because now, I'm not going to decrease the turn meter. I want him to take a turn to get rid of the block damage. He strips. The stun goes to Ancora, which is fine. And now he uses A2 ability. I don't care. We don't have increased attack. It's okay. Smack down Odin. And then Odin gets rezzed again. Not the most ideal situation there. But not a huge deal either. So we've gotten... Okay, we got enough to use our passive there. Unfortunately, Odin had the block damage. Super, super annoying champion. Like, if you can go for Odin, I don't know what the requirements are going to be for him. but I would definitely go for him. But we're gonna win with Thor. He smacks everybody for some pretty massive damage. 423,000. He's looking pretty solid, honestly. So here we go. We have an enemy Thor. Let's go Thor versus Thor. Let's see how this goes. Now that Thor doesn't have the 6-star blessing on, so maybe at a little bit of an advantage here. But I don't really care about the Rotos. It's okay. Let's see. A3, does it kill everybody? Probably not, right? But we have increased attack now and increased crit damage. You don't typically expect nukers to obliterate everybody without those 2 buffs, do you? Most often not. Enemy Thor is up. Enemy Thor is down. I want my Thor to do his A2. I want to see how hard it hits for. So I gotta keep them down for just a moment. What I'll do is I'll blast this Thor with the A2, and then I will let the other damage go to everybody else. So let's see. I didn't mean to speed that up. But we did a big chunk of damage there. Richka reses that Thor, of course. UDK just stops the Rotos. But yeah, guys, I'm definitely glad we got a solid damage dealer for a fusion. And I'm excited to actually use him on the live servers as well. Boom. 27k, Siffy. And then there was the AoE skill. So, like, just adding more damage to it. 32k. I mean, he's doing some work. He is doing some work for sure. Let's go against Hell Hades' Cupidus team. Not for sure if this team's geared or not. What I'll do is I'll just strip the Necrit, I guess. Go here. Boom. Blast the shields down. Pretty sweet stuff. Oh, she has polymorph, dang it. Seal turn meter. Now let's go for the old A2 ability from Thor. See what this hits for. I'm going to target the Necrit. Actually, let's go for the Cupidus this time. Dang, 709k on the Mithrala. So pretty solid damage, I'd say. Didn't kill the Cupidus. It does the lowest damage on the first hit and scales the further it gets. Also, if you wanted to calculate the thunder, like the counts of thunder you have, the second ability is going to have the most damage, but you're gonna get 4 the first time, then 8, or you could go the A3 into the A1, and as long as it doesn't do an extra repeat the attack, this is going to be where the passive goes off. It should be right here. Well, we didn't get another hit, so I guess it didn't. He's going to kill her, so we actually didn't get to see the ability, unfortunately, but he did some solid damage. Now, if we were to take him over to the dungeons just real quick and test it out, I think he's a fantastic dungeon champion as well. My Lydia, however, is too fast, I believe, to give him any buffs. Or sorry, too slow. He's too fast. Let's see, 253? Yeah, he's like 270 something right now. So what I can do is I can actually just go A1. She'll do this. He'll get another turn. We'll go the A3 here. I mean, that's some big damage. Now let's go this ability. 565,000 damage? My goodness, that is crazy. Turn on full auto here. The AoE attack doing 36,000. Just the AoE passive skill, placing the stuns as well. I mean, that's incredible stuff. He is easily wiping through these waves, guys. I don't want to overhype him, though. But I mean, if you need a damage dealer, he's amazing. But if you don't need a damage dealer, then I guess you're not going to use him. But I am excited for him. I am. I'm going to go for him for sure. Pretty cool champion. I know with damage dealers, it's very up in the air on if they're going to be good or not, just because of the fact that the multipliers could be horrible and they could be useless. But this dude has pretty good book value as well. I mean, damage boosting, which is fine. I mean, low book count, 1 and 2. As A3 has 5 books, but it's not too bad. And the stun, now you're going to be able to control waves even better in any content. I mean, look, he can just basically do this himself. If he doesn't kill the waves, then he'll just control them. So now he just does a stun. And now they're stunned. So he's going to kill everything, get to the dragon, just solo. I wonder if he can solo his way to Dragon 10. Not solo the dragon, but like solo through the waves. So does that. Just basically annihilates the wave. Oh, doing some work. Wow, that's solid. Doesn't even care. Just obliterates the waves. The passive stunning everybody. Tons of damage. That's actually pretty sweet. Gets to the dragon in 25 seconds. If you have somebody solo the dragon, you have a team right here. Thor, that's all you need. Let's see that again. That is actually crazy how fast he just destroys these waves. And the fact that he can just keep them stunned. Now, he's not going to be like a dragon solo champion, but the fact that he can stun the waves and get you to the boss, that is so cool. Now, not that you're going to be doing dragon. We don't really farm dragon anymore much, but say you want to do ice golem. Can you do ice golem 10 hard? I wonder. At least get to the boss. I think quite impressive. This would actually be more impressive because these waves are much tankier. Dang, I thought they were. He made light work of those. Wow. Oh my gosh, what is this? Normal? Normal difficulty? Is that what this is? Now, the ice golem itself destroys me though. You guys know what I gotta do. You know what I gotta do. I always do the minnow test. Dang. Is he a new Minotaur farmer? Okay, so that's saved for the next round. Wow. Dang, he is fast. Granted, he is built pretty well. He's built very well right now. But even if I was to go in here and just like take off his boots, break the lethal set, and drop his crit rate, that's actually that's quite a bit. He's still just annihilating them. Oh my gosh. Doesn't even have that defense ignore anymore. Doesn't even have that defense ignore and still just destroying the balls. Much slower now. Wow. Like, didn't even affect him. What was his stats? 222? Big. So, okay, so some big stuff. What about if I take this attack percentage chest plate off? We're getting into some pretty manageable territory now, right? Like, I mean, this is a little bit more relatable with no defense ignore stuff. Full auto, of course. You could go the mastery that gives him the healing whenever he places stun, the leech when he places stun, for even more support and sustainability. Man, this is good. This is really good. He's doing it fast. Now, obviously, this is you don't want to solo this dungeon. You want to bring a food champion in there. That's going to make it even easier for him. Not a food champion, but like a champion you're getting scrolls on. So for his masters right now, this is what I have. You could pick this up, though, and be even better off. You could pick up Life Drinker and be safer. There's a lot of different things you could go. I have Helm Smasher, obviously. But this is just what I'm trying for now. So my opinions on Thor is this dude's awesome. Very solid damage dealer. Bringing the decreased speed. Bringing a very hard-hitting A2 ability. And the A1's awesome as well. I mean, it's going to have a chance of repeating the attacks. We're going to jump into the spider real quick. I'm going to test to see if he repeats the attack very frequently, or at least how it looks. I don't think he can repeat it multiple times. Maybe he can. That'd be pretty cool if he could. Okay, so we got actually, that was quite a bit of attacks. I couldn't tell how much damage was dealt there. But I guess he does have a chance of repeating it multiple times. Wow. That's pretty sweet. All right, guys. That's a Thor review. The turn meter decrease does require accuracy, I'm sure. So if you want that, you're going to have to go for the accuracy. But for like stage 20 Aspire, that could be great. For Dark Fae, could be solid. Dark Fae, he's probably going to be a pretty good champ. I mean, he's just going to kill your team, basically. So, guys, thank y'all for watching. Let me know what you think about Thor. Let me know if you're excited to go for him. I know I am. I appreciate you all watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.